So, you're in a point in your life where you just don't believe in yourself anymore. You might have went through an obstacle, you might have went through some sort of encounterment that just destroyed all your confidence. And right now you're just kind of contemplating life, just laying down in your room, looking up at the ceiling and trying to figure out if all the sacrifices you've been making, all the hard work you've been putting in was actually worth it or not. And you're just at a very low point in your life. You don't know who to reach out to. You don't know who you can actually trust with this information. And a lot of people will deny that they won't judge other people, and they'll say, hey bro, I'll welcome you with open arms, when really it's just the complete opposite. So you just feel stuck, you feel alone, and it's not a good combination to put together. But what you have to do is understand how to cope with your emotions and understand how you can get out of your situation as fast as possible and as efficiently as possible. You might be wondering if it'd be best to, numb the pain or take a temporary escape from reality. And being someone that doesn't do drugs, I will never advocate for this. I've heard people say that, smoking weed can bring tremendous benefits to your life and it helps you deal with anxiety, pressure, just overall stress levels will decrease. But the thing is, if you use it once, it's going to be hard to put it down. It's going to be hard to handle your emotions when that substance isn't around anymore. And it just doesn't allow you to kind of grow into a maturity state that you eventually want to be at. In actuality, what you should do is feel it. Feel all the pain that you're going through. Feel all the emotion, all the stress, all the loneliness, and put that towards building yourself back up. Put it towards the next day that you have. You have to understand the next day is completely different than what you're doing right now, sitting in your bed. Don't repeat this behavior. Don't repeat this activity. I get your stress. I get you going through it, man. But the thing is, no one's coming to get you. No one is going to drag you up off the couch and hand you a certain amount of money, hand you a gym membership, hand you confidence, hand you whatever. You need to get up when you are ready. There's a reason that they have 10 seconds to get up for boxers. They're not capable of getting up right away. That's just not how it is sometimes. You have to take yourself up whenever you're ready. Hopefully it's sooner than later, but make sure if you're on your feet, you're willing to fight again. Otherwise, there's no point of you getting back up. The next day, I need you to understand that you have to put yourself in a better position to succeed. And if that can't necessarily be in the business that you're working on, or it can't be with whatever hardship you're going through, it has to be in positive habits, positive behaviors that will ultimately get you to where you want to be. And it starts off with eating good and going to the gym. Two things, no matter how bad you're doing, you always have to have at least an hour in the gym and at least good food going into your body. You have to understand that your body's really like an engine. You have to treat your body like a Ferrari, man. You have to put the best things in it in order to optimize its performance. And that's going to be your physical performance and your mental performance as well. I need you guys to really just take time to understand how important that is. If you aren't at least fueling yourself properly, there's no way you're going to perform well. And eventually you're going to break down and it's just not going to be a fun time for you. So you have to really just focus on how you can get to the next step and kind of overcome whatever ditch you're in right now. You have to get yourself out of that ditch and just kind of grind your way back and find your way back to either home base or the starting point that you were originally at, and just work from there and try to use the lessons that you just learned to push yourself to better heights and ultimately never get into that situation again. You know how bad this feeling is. You understand the pain that you just went through, and you don't ever want to go through that misery ever again. See, if you just smoked marijuana and you got high and you just kind of numbed yourself from the pain, you never truly felt how bad it was. So you're more likely to end up back in that situation because you don't see it as big of a deal as you would have if you actually went through the pain and you felt all your emotions. And you need to feel your emotions and you need to control your emotions. You realize now how difficult it will be to come out out of that ditch again. So you're going to prevent yourself from getting there. It's okay if you get knocked down again, but you will get back up, and you will understand how to get up on your own. You won't need anybody's help, because you realize that people aren't always going to be there to support you. People aren't always going to be there to help you back up on your feet. And most of the time, it is you getting up on your own. Occasionally, if you're really young, you know, your parents will help you get up. You can see this all the time when they bring their child to the playground and they run into something and they fall down, and the mom comes quickly running to pick their son up. But your mom's not going to do that when you're 15, 16, 17, 25, 30, 40, 50. You have to prepare for the future, bro. And it really all starts now, and you taking initiative to understand that the disciplinary actions you take now, the behaviors you implement, will transform you into your future self. So you can either make your future self thankful and happy that you went through the hardships now and you learned from it, or you're just going to continue to fall back to the low points in your life because you always know that there's a blunt that you can just smoke.